And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Learn Dota 2 League. I'm your host, Captain Rob, aka the Banana Stand, here bringing you live coverage for Week 2 in Season 12 of the Learn Dota 2 League. This time we have Baby Shlark versus Nagas with Attitude. Excited to watch this game. Two teams that I have not really looked into a whole lot yet this season. Also utilizing these casts as a way of doing a little bit of scouting on my own part. So it's always exciting to see new players hop in, see what they play, see what they got going on, what strategies they have. So we're gonna start out with what appears to be a Night Stalker ban from Baby Shlark, not wanting to have to deal with that. Let me go back here. We are going to open up the roster so I can see who is on each team. Then Nagas with Attitude follows that up with a ban on the Lifestealer. So flip it back over to Baby Shlark and see what they got going on here. 10 seconds remain. I have tried to not spoil any of these games for myself. So while setting up the OBS, I didn't look at who wins or anything like that. Just trying to get it as clean or as close to a live recast as I possibly can. So we do get the ban on the Brewmaster, and then we followed up with the ban on the Ogre Magi. And first pick will go to Baby Shlark, playing on the Radiant. We'll see what they're interested in picking up here. Brewmaster ban, interesting ban there. And they first picked the Jakiro. Good team fighting hero, lots of crowd control, has a non-hero targeted stun, so a stun that not exactly reliable, but what that if you're good at hitting skill shots could be super good for your team. He can put out a lot of magic damage without really needing a whole lot of items on his team. Downside with Jakiro, he is not a very mobile hero. He wants to push down towers and walk down lanes, but he's pretty slow, and that turn radius is not great. But pretty good hero all around. Probably one of my favorite heroes in the game. We'll flip it back over with Nagas with Attitude. They had two picks here. So maybe lock in their off-lane duo. Maybe pick up both of their supports. Maybe get a nice flex pick that Baby Shlark might not really see coming. Dire must choose. And they started out by picking the Dazzle. Then followed it up with the Axe. All right, so smart double pick there. You pick the Dazzle to get the save with the Shallow Grave, and then you also have Axe to prevent to stop the other team from picking up Axe, which would cut through Shallow Grave. Pretty good combo there. Although now you've shown your offlaner fairly early, and Baby Shlark has a chance to come in and pick a safe lane hero that wants to farm against Axe. Axe, a little bit of a lame bully. Doesn't have a ton of counters. Ooh, Baby Shlark responds by picking their own offlaner, and they will pick up Sand King, and then immediately ban out Juggernaut, saying we really don't want to play against that Juggernaut. Interesting ban. Maybe Nagas with Attitude has a pretty good Jug player. I would anticipate Baby Shlark picking up a ranged carry here when playing into Axe. 5 seconds remain. Nagas with Attitude taking up plenty of time here to think about this next ban. They know that they're looking at a support and very likely the offlaner, and they ban what looks to be the Sven. So perhaps Nagas with Attitude looking to pick up an illusion here, thinking about possibly playing a Terrorblade or Phantom Lancer. Baby Shlark says we're not really that worried about it. We're gonna ban out Faceless Void. We don't want that big ultimate dropping down on top of us. And Nagas with Attitude respond with a ban of the Weaver. Lots of potential pause ones getting banned out here. Leaves a fairly open mid pool, though, for mid players on both teams. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Digging into a little bit of reserve time, thinking about this last pick. Probably want to decide what their next 2 picks are, because Nagas with Attitude is going to get the next pick on the team. Probably going to pick up their second support, and then they're going to get a chance to look at another core before having to lock in another hero. Taking all the way down to 1 minute. They will ban the Wind Ranger.
Dire's turn to pick.
And Shlark. They said baby Shlark, no Shlark. Nagas with Attitude picks up the Viper. Viper most likely going into the mid lane here, since we've already shown the Axe. So now baby Shlark has an idea of what the mid matchup is going to be. Although this Viper could go safe lane. Pretty unconventional to see that, but certainly possible. Viper, another lane bully. So these early lanes with Nagas with Attitude is probably going to be a little bit of a pain for baby Shlark to deal with.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Baby Shlark responds with their second support, which is going to be Winter Wyvern. Good save hero. Has a nice BKB piercing ultimate. Although, Nagas with Attitude not showing a whole lot of right clickers right now. They do have the Viper, but the Viper is sort of like a hybrid magic and attack damage build. Baby Shlark in here picking up their second pick. They gotta go with a core now. So they're asking themselves, do they want to lock in the pause 1 or the mid? I would suggest, well, they're gonna have to lock in their pause 1 before they don't get last pick anyway. And they pick up Bloodseeker, which is probably going to be the 1 here, I imagine. Or it could go in the mid, now that I think about it. So a good flex pick here on the Bloodseeker could go in either position. You know you're playing against the Viper in the mid lane.
10 seconds.
Meanwhile, Nagas with Attitude probably looking for a 4 here.
5 seconds.
A 4 that can fight into Bloodseeker. A little bit more catch would be nice on Nagas with Attitude. Right now what I see is I see an Axe with a Blink Dagger jumping in to catch everybody, and then we have Viper spitting on people, but Viper is not super reliable with slows. He does have Viper Strike, which is a pretty significant slow, but his Qs are not super reliable. He has to sort of like spit at you a couple of times for it to be really successful in taking down a significant portion of your health. So I would imagine Nagas with Attitude is looking at crowd control abilities on a 4. I kind of like an Ogre here. An Ogre Magi. What else is there? There's a Bane. You can move the Dazzle to a 4. Make Bane your 5. "22 seconds. Really just not... Mostly worried about this pick. Not really worried about their last pick here. Taking up plenty of time. And they pick up the Outworld Devourer. So now it turns out this Viper actually is a flex pick. So this Viper is probably the pause 1, and OD is going into the mid lane. Interesting.
10 seconds remain.
This is probably amongst the most Nagas with Attitude here. Probably amongst the most unique team comp that I've seen so far. Baby Shlark bans out the Earth Spirit. Probably thinking the same thing that I am. They don't have a 4 yet, so Earth Spirit would be a good 4. Although Earth Spirit super hard hero to play. I don't know if Nagas with Attitude has someone who plays Earth Spirit. I say that as someone who is quite bad at Earth Spirit. So Nagas with Attitude thinking they probably need a mid.
It is Radiant's ban.
And just like that, they do take out the Storm Spirit. Baby Shlark, what are they thinking now? I still like the Ogre on Nagas with Attitude. They ban out the Spectre. So maybe Baby Shlark is thinking that this Viper could be the 4. I have not seen a whole lot of Viper support. I suppose you can do it. Viper support, building perhaps like Rod of Atos.
Choose.
They'll ban out the sniper. So we'll go back to Baby Shlark. We got our last pick here to round out this team here on Game 1. Week 2, Game 1.
Seconds remain. 5 seconds.
Plenty of time to make a decision. Right now, I think Baby Shlark needs some range damage. They do have a Jakiro, but this Jakiro is most likely a support. So some sort of core that can attack at range while Bloodseeker and Sand King are in the middle of the stuff. I see a Drow could be good here. Drow has a silence.
Dire must choose.
Admiral
Go with Kunkka. So a lot of frontline damage here on Baby Shlark. Pretty beefy team. With the Kunkka and the Sand King. Bloodseeker actually gets pretty big as well. So good pick. They got plenty of wave clear.
10 seconds.
Lots of damage, lots of CCs. It's pretty good. I like Baby Shlark's lineup right now. Nagas with Attitude locks in their last pick as Ricky.
Your hero.
Ricky Maru. Interesting. So this Ricky is probably the pause one. Man, I don't know. This draft with Nagas with Attitude all over the place. Really hard to read. Interesting flex picks all around. So we got our heroes being locked in here. Yeah, we're gonna come up on the game pretty soon. Dang, check out that Bloodseeker set. Pretty sick. As our match is about to be underway. Once again, I am your host, Captain Rob, aka the Banana Stand, and we are bringing you Week 2, Round 1 of Baby Shlark versus Nagas with Attitude. Baby Shlark will be playing on the Radiant side. Nagas with Attitude will be playing on the Dire side. And we will be coming to you with your game right now. Winter Wyvern up 23-13 win-loss on this Winter Wyvern. 26 commends. 5 wins in a row on OD. Gotham having all the runes on OD at level 22 Outworld Devourer. And as always, we'll go ahead and start with the directed camera, but I will take over from time to time. Let's see what these guys start out this game with. We have a Bloodseeker with 6 tangos. We have what looks like a Sand King. A little bit of vision on this Jakiro. On the Kunkka, we have, looks like a ward on there. 2 sentries on the Winter Wyvern. Probably thinking about blocking some camps here. Ricky, on the other hand, looking like he's going with that Wraith Band early on. Viper going with the Bottle with an Observer ward. Ooh, Dazzle. Played a lot of Dazzle here. Dazzle picking up that magic stick, 2 sentry wards, an axe. Going straight into the Vanguard. This is exciting. So let's actually give you what all the players are here. Respect the Pouch is playing on Bloodseeker. On Sand King, we have Boofus. On Jakiro, we have Beta Bits. On Kunkka, we have Maniac. And on Winter Wyvern, we have Bonus. On the opposing team, on the Dire, Manifest Destiny is playing Ricky. On Viper, we have DIJ. On the Dazzle, we have Pages. On the Outworld Devourer, Outworld Destroyer, we have Gotham. And lastly, on the Axe, we have Lukes. Luches? Lukes. We're going to go Lukes. Pretty good matchup here. We got bounty runes getting picked up on both sides. And it looks like, in fact, Viper is going into the middle lane to begin with. Kunkka meeting him in the middle lane, but we have like a little bit of an excursion going on back here. Do you think Winter Wyvern's gonna get out of here? But interesting gank here in the early game. Meanwhile, Dazzle coming back over here in the mid lane, trying to make Kunkka's life a little bit more difficult. I don't play a lot of mid, so I'm not sure what this matchup looks like, but I would imagine that Viper is going to give this Kunkka a hard time. Sure enough, he's giving him the business right now. Maniac having a hard time running all the way back to his tower. Going to take a significant amount of damage, but I don't think that Viper is actually going to get the kill. It will clear up plenty of space for him to last hit these creeps. Peach is having a hard time getting knocked out of lane by this Jakiro. This is a difficult lane for this Riki and this Dazzle. A lot of damage that can come out of Jakiro and Sand King. Deep ward going on back here for the Dire, as they are checking out behind the Radiant's line of scrimmage. Bloodseeker trying to pick up some last hits here.
It was not your fate.
A little bit of pokes going back and forth on both sides. This Axe taking a lot of damage here. Not in too much trouble. That is a big creep wave. He doesn't want to miss all these last hits. He's having a hard time coming up and contesting farm. Laying down that blood right, making it more difficult for him to come in and get these last hits. Meanwhile, Winter Wyvern doing a fantastic job getting this pull back here to stabilize the creep equilibrium. Viper just switching sides with this Kunkka. Ooh, he says he's going to try and take it. I think this might be Viper trying to pick up a kill. He does take 2 tower shots. He's taking a lot of damage there, but he does in fact get first blood on Maniac.
With the poison.
First blood, we'll go to DIJ, and you can watch that in our kill cam. The kill cam brought to you by Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. Do the do. Fantastic. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, when his doctor said he needed more lead in his diet, I don't think this is what he had in mind. Would be iron, not lead, probably. I'm not a medical professional. Don't need anything I say.
Mine.
It's quite interesting. So this is actually an Outworld Devourer 4 here. Outworld Destroyer. I don't know why I want to call him Devourer. Looks like Riki is in fact he's gonna try and pick up those power treads and then follow that up with a Diffusal Blade. Ooh. This Axe taking a couple of tower shots is getting pretty low here. Bloodseeker now sped up is gonna chase him down. Is he gonna be able to get there? Takes a 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hits, and he is able to take him out, and he gets his courier as well. There's a lot of gold for Respect the Pouch. Clearly not respecting those deep pouch, those deep pockets filled with gold on the Radiant side of the position 1. We'll get a bit of poking going back and forth here. Maniac having a hard time getting pushed out of lane once again, and this is the problem with the Viper. Once a Viper gets a little bit of an advantage, he's going to take a mile. He's going to continue to chase him down, what looks like into his own jungle, and will Maniac get out? He gets taken down, and that is another kill for DIJ, as he does pick up the water rune and fill up his bottle halfway. He's going to come back and get the rest of his creeps. Now this Viper is level 6, so this is quite scary for this Kunkka to come back into lane. Respect the Pouch picking up these last hits here. Will get banished. Kunkka coming back into the lane, and I anticipate this might be another death on Kunkka if he tries to come out here and pick up some of these last hits. Ooh, Axe coming in a little deep here. He might be a little too far. Oh, but Respect the Pouch feels like he's taking a little bit too much damage. Doesn't feel like chasing in there. Would rather pick up these last hits. Meanwhile, Kunkka having a hard time on his own tower and is taken out by Viper. Viper now on a killing spree. A scary flying lizard. I suppose his name is Viper, so he's probably a snake. It's probably a snake with wings.
Max defies you.
So far, this early game seems to be going in the way of Baby Shlark. Oh, I'm sorry, Nagas with Attitude. Respect the Pouch having a pretty good lane down here, but Kunkka, on the other hand, having a tough time. I suppose that is the nature of going against a Viper. He is just such a huge lane bully. We now have a 3-level differential happening here in the mid lane. And Viper will pick up what looks like a haste rune. It seems like he's probably going to go bottom. Try and pick up a kill here on the Bloodseeker. A smart play, but I don't know if he's going to get there in time. He will get seen by the Winter Wyvern. Winter Wyvern almost absolutely going down. Does he dive under the tower to get the Bloodseeker? Ooh, he wraps around, does get the Viper Strike on him. Is able to do a significant amount of damage on him under the tower, but does not keep going. I feel if his entire team was with him, they probably would have been able to take him out. But in the meanwhile, Viper will go back. Gives Kunkka a little bit of time to farm here. And meanwhile, Dazzle. Peach is having a hard time underneath their own tower. Does get taken out by the Sand King. Let's take a look at the last hits and denies here. Top of the last hits and denies, we have 39 last hits, 13 denies going to Viper in the middle lane, and that is a significant difference over the Kunkka at 30 last hits and 3. Second place actually going to the Axe at 38 and 7. So Axe actually doing a good job staying in this, despite having a little bit of a difficult lane against Bloodseeker. Time to see what some of these guys are building. Looks like Kunkka is actually going to go for the phase boots. On the Viper, we have, looks like a Hurricane Pike getting picked up early. I'm sorry, a Dragon Lance getting picked up early. Ricky's still making his way towards the power treads. Axe will. Good play here. Axe actually taking this creep wave from down here and pulling it up into this camp so he can farm both the camp and the creep wave at the same time. Taking a little bit of damage here from the Winter Wyvern. Oh, Jakiro will go down to manifest destiny. Ricky said this kill belongs to me. The Lord said this kill belonged to me. Manifest destiny. Getting a little bit of extra gold from the Dragon's Horde. Which is once again pulling another creep wave into the jungle here. They do have a ward here, so he feels pretty safe. He has an idea of how much, where folks are. Feels pretty safe being under here. And he knows that the Bloodseeker is in lane, so not much that can stop him here. This is really good. A really strong ability for Axe is his ability to clear waves super easily. And so you don't always have to have... Ooh, looks like we got the Bloodseeker ult. They're not able to lock down the Axe in place, so he will in fact get away. But that does require him to TP back. That is the Bloodseeker ultimate down, which is about a minute's worth of cooldown, 70 seconds. This Dazzle is running away. Peaches might not get out of here. Sand King activating his ultimate. He will get it off. Shallow Grave is down, but it looks like this Dazzle is probably dead, and he does in fact take him out. Manifest Destiny on full retreat here in the top lane. Beta Bits saying, I want to take a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit off this tower. He's got a chip on his shoulder, and he says, I'm going to take a chip off this tower. Meanwhile, it looks like Viper found himself a kill here in the river. This poor Winter Wyvern.
There is little
Two dragons going at one another. Ooh, and Gotham picks up a kill on the on Respect the Pouch on the Bloodseeker in the bottom lane. We totally missed that one. Kunk has a bottled haste rune, so hopefully be able to use that to help out his side lanes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire have
Looks like
fortified
Sand King
their
going for that
structures
early
against
Yule's
attack.
Scepter.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Gotham picks up an rushes straight rush Meteor Hammer. Gotham says, "I got the big stick now.
Hope for Dire.
Open up, the cops are here." Ooh, and they get the stun on Maniac, but he does have the haste, so he will in fact get out of there. A bit of a bummer, but nice job on Nagas with Attitude by forcing that haste out.
Oh, bounty!
Using the last bit of his haste to get up here in the top lane, thinking that they might be able to get a kill on the Ricky. Do they have dust? They do have dust on the Chikiro. Oh, Ricky has shown himself.
To their middle tower.
Probably gonna lose the tower now. They do get the ice bath on the Ricky. The Ricky is stunned. That is the Ricky dead. Now they have the warrior here. Maniac going on top of him. Boofus doing it as well. Boofus activates his ult. They are going to do a ton of damage here. The Jakiro gets taken down, but they do get Gotham as well. Oh, but here's Lucius. Lucius coming in to see if he can get a hold of this Sand King. Sand King forced to retreat, taking a lot of damage. Lucius much faster than him with that Battle Hunger on top of him. He does get out with the Q. It looks like he's got enough health. Lucius didn't want to do it. Didn't want to run all the way underneath the tower. And now he's turned around to fight the Kunkka. This Axe is on the warpath. Farmed himself some creeps again. Kunkka taking plenty of damage here. Kunkka now on the run. Oh, but he has a Viper behind them, and they have them pinned here. This looks like a bad one for Baby Shlark. Kunkka is going to get taken down, followed by the Jakiro on the Viper. And Sand King is trying to run away. Sand King does not have enough. He does not have the Sandstorm nor the mana to be able to pull it off. Winter Wyvern taking all this damage as well. Well done. Well done on Viper to show up there behind the backline. Good plays by DIG. Really doing a fantastic job in this game. Lucius, finds himself some ancient stacks. It says, you know what? Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate you doing all this work for me. I'm gonna come over here and mow your lawn.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Kunkka TP's in, immediately gets put in jail. Now we have 4 dire heroes sitting up here following the Sand King. They do have Winter Wyvern coming in. Sand King engages on the Dazzle.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But they can see him. Here comes the Meteor Hammer down right on top of the Sand King. They have the Axe Call, but that will be enough to take him out. Axe gets a kill. Oop! Ultimate comes out from Outworld Destroyer. There's another kill, so that is 3 dead on the Baby Shlark side. They also lost a hero in a different lane during that fight, I believe. Axe picking up the Blade Mail.
Bottom tower.
For the twins.
Radiant's top tower is under
Kunkka
attack.
will take out that tower,
Dire's bottom
opening up a
tower
little
is
bit of
in
space on the
danger.
map, but here comes the Viper.
The radiant glyph is
Viper
now
already has the Dragon Lance as well as the Oblivion Staff. Looks like Viper is actually going for Orchid of Malevolence. Axe trying to get himself a Blink Dagger.
Dire's bottom
Sand King
tower
thinking the
is
same
under
exact
attack.
thing. Meanwhile, OD now has boots. A little bit faster. Decided to put some shoes on. Ricky almost finished with the Diffusal Blade. Opted not to finish the Power Treads. Some good wards here. We got a nice deep ward here. Not exactly deep, but we got a nice cliff ward here.
Is under attack.
2 wards here. Bit of a miscommunication
Tower has fallen.
with double wards in the triangle. Oh, looks like Bloodseeker might be caught out of position. This is probably a death on the Bloodseeker. Viper does take it, and Respect the Pouch goes down. And it looks like this is probably going to be looks like there's a bottom. Radiant Tower's days are numbered. Gotham will take it, and he comes back up top. Ooh, wants to sneak in maybe a little bit of a Meteor Hammer. Nope, not feeling super comfortable. He does have Viper here. Kunkka running. This is looking a little right now. Good call by the Axe, and they get Axe gets ever more closer to that Blink Dagger. Both kills going out of the Axe. Well done by Luchas. As we go to our net worth charts here, let's see where everybody's at. 8 gold worth of net worth on this Viper. Ooh, they do find Axe doesn't have his Blink Dagger yet, but this might be all they need to catch Darth. Ooh, a little early, just ever so early on the Meteor Hammer, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. The Sand King taking all the damage in the world, and he will go down. Do they follow it up with the Kunkka? The Kunkka ult goes down, but Kunkka is now stuck here alone by himself. This Winter Wyvern has clipped herself. They don't have vision of her, though. Oh, but it's not going to matter, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. They take out 4 heroes, and that is probably going to be this middle tower. This game slowly spiraling out of control for Baby Shlark, as we have 20 kills to 5 here, a 4K gold differential going in the direction of the Dire, as they'll come over here and say, we want Roach. Nagas with attitude opting to take on the big guy here. I imagine you put on Viper at this point. Ooh, interesting. They will put it on Manifest Destiny. So the Riki with the Diffusal Blade does have the Aegis. And we'll see where Nagas chooses to go with this. Looks like they're wanting to take the bottom side of the map. Probably take this tier 2 bottom. They do have a lot of really good wards here. 2 really great deep wards. So they have vision down here. Ooh, excuse me. Sand King picking up his Blink Dagger. Axe has also finished his Blink Dagger.
Don't mind if I do.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looks like Baby Shlark playing very safe right now, choosing to stay together.
Dire should look to their top tower. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Not really sure where the enemy team is. Meanwhile, in this bottom lane,
Dire's
looks
top
like Nagas with
tower
attitude,
is under attack.
ready to take out this this bottom tower.
Is in danger.
Meteor Hammer on cooldown, but I imagine they're going to drop the rock any second here.
Dire should look to their top tower. The Dire glyph is now active.
Looks like these two teams might trade. I imagine in this trade, Nagas with attitude pushes much harder. Well, I suppose Baby Shlark does have a Jakiro. But this Jakiro only has level 1 liquid fire at this time. Early tier 2s, 19-minute tier 2s right now.
Tower is in danger. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, but sure enough, level 1 liquid fire. That's all that they need to make that happen.
Radiant's bottom tower
Respect the Pouch actually looking pretty big here. There's a Saint Yasha as well as a Maelstrom. And so they trade. Tier 2's down on both sides. Outposts open.
look to their top tower.
Dude rotates towards the middle lane and decides that the middle tier 2 is going to go next. The Sand King out a little bit further beyond his team. Now his attitude, no vision in the triangle. They now do have a ward on the high ground.
Should look to their top tower.
They see that Sand King's there.
Double damage.
Oh, Sand King coming in with his ultimate. They are going to jump on top of the Viper. The Viper gets Shallow Grave, so he is okay for now. He's probably here, though. Good pick off by Baby Shlark, and looks like Ricky gets in that Winter Wyvern ult. Misses the Axe Call, and they are on the retreat. Ricky running away from his team. Uphill, trying to get away from this Bloodseeker. He is dusted. Ooh. Bloodseeker is able to take out the Aegis. And get the stun on him with the Ice Path towards the tail end of it. Ooh, but a good call there by Axe. Gets two of them. They're able to take them both out. Meanwhile, Ricky up here going after the Jakiro. Betabits on full retreat, trying their best to get away. Betabits does not have a Force Staff. Gets taken down by the Ricky. That's going to be the mid tower for Nagas with Attitude. It looks like they might try and go for more. They do have about 20 seconds with 2 cores dead.
Middle tower is under attack.
This would be a fairly early Rax here.
Dazzle.
Kunkka coming up here, seeing if he can pick off this Dazzle. He does get the X on him. Dazzle gets pulled back, gets 1 stun. He is silenced, is not able to pull off Shallow Grave. Ooh, Sand King misses the Burrow Strike. Does get the Viper, though. Although Viper, not what you want to see right now. Dazzle's able to get himself out. Viper just giving Kunkka the business. And Kunkka gets taken out by Manifest Destiny. Manifest Destiny closing that out. He is stuck underneath a sentry here. Oh, but he gets out. Oh, dies. And that mega kill goes to beta bits. Oh, and Lucius buys back. He says, I want to be in this fight. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the Winter Wyvern that fought back. Lucius picking up a kill there on the Sand King. Ooh, good Winter Wyvern ult right on top of the Dazzle. That will take out the Dazzle. But now I think Winter Wyvern has seen her final day. Her final winter. And Lucius throws down the hammer there. And now Axe suddenly in the top of the net worth on the game. This is a frighteningly strong Axe. Knocking on the back door with his bare fists. Not to be confused with Ursa, who knocks on things with his bare fists.
Scanning for enemies.
Respect the Pouch, going in here to pick up a couple of bounty runes. Respect the Pouch, looking at picking up Black King Bar. Axe looking at a Black King Bar himself as well. Gotham looking at possibly picking up the Aether Lens. On the Sand King, we're looking at a Pipe of Insight. On Kunkka, we're also looking at back. Ooh, Kunkka does pick up. Ooh, good dodge there. OD has picked up the Astral Imprisonment Ag Shard. Good play by Gotham back there. Haste Rune coming up here. They do take a smoke. They bottled Haste Rune on Viper. Let's see if they can't pick up a kill. They are looking for this Bloodseeker, but Bloodseeker can tell that something is up here.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He doesn't trust it. His spider sense is tingling. His spider sense. A reminder that Spider-Man No Way Home is coming to theaters. This game sponsored by Spider-Man No Way Home. That's right, Marvel, a sponsor of the LD2L, picks up a kill on Maniac there, found alone in the jungle. Makes the smoke worth it. And with no tier 2s left to take down here, they spread out, pick up some farm. Probably think that they want to secure the next Roche, although Roche not up for about another minute or so. Axe now has the BKB. And Axe continuing to stay ahead. Top of the net worth. Good warding on the side of Nagas with Attitude. We have some deep wards here to make sure that everyone coming out of the lane is able to see them. A little sneaky ward over here. Not exactly on the cliff, but a little bit off it. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker up here saying, you know what? I'm going to pick up the farm while I can. You guys hold the fort.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looks like Nagas with Attitude. Looks like they are ready to take a Rax. They have a substantial lead here. 8k net worth, 30 kills. As we come up on the 26-minute mark in our game. They think they might have to find a ward on the opposite side of that wall. Well, Bloodseeker pushing in this wave in the top lane by himself.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Can he force someone back? He is forcing back what looks like Gotham. So now they have no Outworld Destroyer in the bottom lane. And they will smoke out to try and see if they can pick anybody up. They do pick up the Riki here. This is a good pick, but do they have dust?
Tower is under attack.
No dust. Oh, no dust. That was a pause 1 kill. A severe misplay. Unfortunate. But they are able to stave off the assault on their bottom racks. Wait until another day. Come back to fight another day. Ooh, Kunkka walks right into the axe there. The Winter Wyvern ult will be used, but it doesn't look like they're all that worried about it. That is a big pick-off for Nagas with Attitude. That is a mid right there. So I imagine they're wanting to check Roche. They do have a double damager in here in the river, but they haven't seen it yet. Oh, never mind. Looks like that double damage is gone. Roche coming up any second now. So do they rotate over here to get this tier 2? Hanging out in the trees. Boofus out here camping. Pitched himself up a tent. He's got some s'mores. Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, good job by the Jakiro stopping that Meteor Hammer. They'll flip it around. Oh, Kunkka does have Riki on him, but he will get out with that Force Staff used by Beta Bits on the Jakiro. Ooh, they're running even more, trying to get out. And it looks like they're going to get the Dazzle. The Dazzle Shallow Grave does go off, and he uses TP. He will not be able to TP out. Bloodseeker in here takes out Gotham, but is taken down by the Viper, and now the Viper is able to clean up. Without another core, this just ooh, and a nice pick off by Lucius. Grabs bonus as he's trying to get away. That's gonna be 4 kills. Looks like DIJ wants this mid tower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Viper now has Saint and Yasha building an Eye of Scotty.
Fortified.
Looks like this mid tower is going to go down. Do they stay to take out the rats? No, they back up. They're probably thinking about going back and picking up Roche right now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They do have teammates TPing in here. Gotham has shown up. Peaches as well.
Bounty.
And they do have the Roche up, and sure enough, they're all on here. They're all headed this way.
Regeneration.
And Ricky now has a Skull Basher, and a Yasha.
A scan for enemies.
And with that Solar Crest, this Roche will go down fairly quickly. Ricky will pick up the Ag Scepter, does now have Sleeping Dart, and then will also take the Aegis as well. Ooh, and it looks like they might look for an immediate fight. Lucius, oh, just off on that call. A nice try, though. Looks like Baby Shlark will get out of there. Nice job of Baby Shlark not getting grouped up there in the triangle. Any slight different on the positioning, and that could have been quite a travesty. Ooh, looks like Gotham gets picked up here. Gotham is silenced. Which just finds the Bloodseeker out here. I don't know if this axe can take this Bloodseeker right now, though. Ooh, he does activate the Blade Mail. Says, I'll take a whole bunch of damage. Sand King says, you're mine now. Ooh. He is pretty low. This Bloodseeker is going to be pretty fast here any second now. Uses the ultimate. Gotham is going down. Ooh, good save. Good save by Bonus. Ooh, fantastic ultimate by Bonus as well. This Winter Wyvern coming in clutch here. Ricky thinks he can take all of them. Oh, but Ricky's taking a whole bunch of damage now. He does get Shallow Grave. But it looks like he's committed a little bit too far. Can't turn back now. Luckily, that was the Aegis. Are they going to be able to get him back out of there, though? He's stunned immediately. Also dusted. Ooh, good call by the axe. Here comes Viper. The cleanup crew showing up. Oh my goodness. Do they pick up the Sand King? Sand King doing his best to hide back here, but is he gonna make it out? Oh, he does blink right into the axe. They drop the rock right on top of him. I don't think this man is making it out of here alive. Ooh. They dusted him, but they can't find him. Look at this sneaky Boofus. Sneaking away. Doesn't have enough mana to burrow strike. Desperately wants to. He doesn't know that Axe is here. Axe cancels the TP. Says, I think he's still here. Boofus does not have a TP.
Illusion.
So we'll come back. We'll see if Boofus decides to stay back there. Play back there.
Bounty.
Boofus flying out. What do we got here? Oh no! Oh no! The courier! The courier with 2 TP scrolls. And now Sand King has to take the long walk back. Oh my goodness. What a bummer. Luckily there's nobody over here. But what a bummer. He's feeling not so great right now. Oh. Big wave pushing this top tower. Bonus will pick up some of that gold there. Viper pretty big now. Now has the ultimate orb. Plenty of stats. This is getting it, turning into a thick snake. An anaconda, if you will. Pick up a little bit more farm here. Still a 10k gold differential in the direction of Nagas with Attitude, but still hasn't taken a Rax yet. Axe a little deep by himself, walking into 4 heroes. Decides to keep going, and he will get taken down.
Lie down. Have a cookie.
A sizable pick by Baby Shlark. Now they may feel confident enough to to rotate into the bottom lane and actually take on the full team of Nagas Attitude. They no longer have this Axe is down for 90 seconds. So a full minute and a half without an offlaner. Gotham, persistent, wants this tower so badly. Continues to show up and says, you know what, I'm gonna keep using, I'm gonna get the use out of this Meteor Hammer. I bought this item, and you know what, I'm gonna use it. Ricky building into the Daedalus, picking up some more damage there. As Sand King looking to get the overwhelming blink. Already has the Reaver. Oh, Gotham finds one. Gets a little bit more use out of that Meteor Hammer, padding those stats, but Bloodseeker is back here in the back on top of Ricky. He has popped the BKB. They will take out Gotham. He's now chasing the Dazzle. Dazzle trying to get out. Does have Shallow Grave. Uses Shallow Grave on himself. Comes back into the Ice Path. Now he'll flip around and start fighting the Ricky. But Viper is here in the backline. Viper doing so much damage. Is able to break through that Bloodseeker and take him out. Now they flip it around and take out the Kunkka as well. And this Viper is just doing so much for Nagas with Attitude right now. Now has the Eye of Scotty. 20,000 net worth. The Viper is 16-1 and 17. Just becoming such a problem here.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
And we'll get this bottom barracks. Very likely taking the mid racks as well.
Bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Sure enough, they rotate up. Axe says, I want to take this mid racks. Viper says, no problem. I'm down with that. Viper also has the Ag Shard, so it can do additional damage to buildings with his poison attack.
Radiant's middle barracks
I
has
believe
fallen.
that, yes. So Axe coming in here thinking he can take a tier 3, but not realizing that there's a tier 2 back here. He says, oh, yeah, I meant to do that. That was a trick. That was a trick. See all those 360s I did over here? Axe rotating up to bring the creep wave in.
Illusion.
Peaches gets an illusion rune. And the slow march down the top lane has begun. Knocking on that tier 2 tower. Tier 2 goes down almost immediately.
Top tower is no more.
And now we see if Nagas' Attitude has enough confidence to just take the team fight right here. 15k net worth. Betabits uses the Macro Pyre. The Macro Pyre is down for now. Although not a very long cooldown on Macro Pyre. Only about a minute. Ooh, Sand King coming in does find Dazzle, but it is an illusion. Good Witcher Wyvern Wall on the axe. But they don't have enough to actually kill him there. Viper taking a ton of damage from this Bloodseeker, but gets saved by Gotham. Bloodseeker back on top of the Viper again, and there is just a battle of the strongest up here in the top lane. But Viper, to Viper, goes the spoils. They do get the Ricky down.
I was meant to have this.
But with Viper up, you just don't feel confident being able to do anything. Well, they do back off. Viper says, no, I feel confident if I can keep going. To be honest, I thought they would keep going there too. That looks like that could have been a full team wipe. But Nagas' Attitude, want to play it safe. They We know they don't have buyback on Axe. They do have buyback on Ricky. They said, you know what, we'll play it safe. We'll wait till our whole team's back up. We'll go in here and pick up some neutral items.
The Radiant scan, eager to know Dire's whereabouts.
Ooh, oops. Find an item here. Find a leveler. Is that their leveler, or is that a Radiant leveler? So maybe we'll go after the Roshan. Rosh very likely going on this Viper at this point. Also, Rosh having an Ag Scepter as well. They do. They put the Roshan on Viper. They give Gotham the Ag Scepter. So now we have charges. We have different charges of Astral Imprisonment. And Ricky will take the cheese. You have to think we are coming up on the final push here. Ooh, double damage rune over here as well. Did Viper see it? Ricky takes it. Ricky takes the double damage rune. These guys are fully loaded. And right now, it looks like Nagas with Attitude has just done a couple of lines of coke, and they are ready to fight. They will take out the Jakiro immediately. They do have the Kunkka back here, banished. They get the Kunkka as well. That is a buyback on Jakiro. Buyback on Kunkka as well, so that's 2 buybacks down. We got the Winter Wyvern imprisoned, but Gotham a little bit out of position here. They get the Winter Wyvern roll on Viper, but they don't have the damage. They did not get Ricky inside of that as well. Fighting going on back and forth. Gotham trying to save himself. Does in fact get out of there. Well done. Expect the pouch doing as much damage as possible. They do have to get through what looks like they do have to get through the Aegis on this Viper, and they do. Viper's stuck there by himself, does not have his supports. Are they going to be able to take him out? This is a huge pick-off by Nagas with Attitude. If they're able to take down the Viper. Oh, and the Shallow Grave again. Doing as much damage as possible. Sand King on top of the Dazzle. Now Bloodseeker going after Gotham does take him out. Bloodseeker coming in here to clean up the Dazzle. Well done. Respect the pouch. Picks up another kill on the Dazzle. What a fantastic fight going in the direction of Baby Shlark. Baby Shlark finally able to put down the Viper. And once they're able to clear out that that incredibly strong mid laner, then it looks like the rest of the dominoes just fall. As we come to you on our 44-minute mark, 49 kills to 22 kills with a 17k gold differential in the direction of the Dire. Nagas with Attitude. Finds himself an illusion there. Axe picking up the Boots of Travel. Also now has the Assault Cuirass. Jakiro looking to go for his Ag Scepter. Ricky's still working on finishing that Daedalus. On Kunkka, we have a Sange coming out, turning that into a Heaven's Halberd. On Bloodseeker, we are going for a Silver Edge. And we do have the Overwhelming Blink completed on the Sand King. "45 minutes. Nagas with Attitude pushing this top lane. Wanting to close it out and finish this up. Take out that last lane of racks. They do not see Boofus here. Boofus doing a covert op, doing a little behind enemy lines.
Bounty.
He will get out of there. Ooh, but they do pick up the Kunkka. Blink in. Is he going to be taken down? They do save him with the Winter Wyvern, but nope. That is going to be it. Gotham puts the nail in the casket there. With the Outworld Destroyer ultimate. Ooh, and Lucius has disconnected. We got a pause going on. A little late game pause. Let's check on the KDA here. 19 kills, 2 deaths, 22 assists on this Viper. Pretty substantial. Although Bloodseeker has been giving him a little bit of a tough time with 8, 6, and 8. Bloodseeker starting to get the items that he needs in order to make this happen. Does look like Axe is reconnected, so we'll hop back in this game any second now. I apologize for any knocking that you hear. They are doing construction next door. And it looks like we are just waiting for the players to be ready. OG now has a Blink Dagger, Dazzle with the Guardian Greaves, and the Aether Lens. Viper going for the BKB now. And it looks like they're good, so we will unpause this game any second. Boofus says we're good too. And here they are. Knock, knock, knocking on Radiant's door. That'll be it for the tower. Next up is the Rax. Ooh, Gotham in here a little deep. They do get a call on the Winter Wyvern. Not enough to take the Winter Wyvern out though. Respective Pouch taking a lot of damage here. Oh my goodness, Boofus dealing out some damage as well. He does get a kill on the Ricky. Almost gets a kill on the Axe, but the Axe gets saved by the Dazzle. Ooh. But meanwhile, they are ripping up this Rax here. DIJ and Gotham. That's Mega Creeps going in the direction of the Dire. Nagas with Attitude takes out Beta Bits on the Jakiro. DIJ says, I want to win the game. Objective Gaming going after these towers. Sand King coming back in. But Sand King now doesn't get chopped, but is going to get taken out by the call. And it looks like that might be it, ladies and gentlemen, as Viper is flapping away on top of this base, hitting these buildings. And the GG is called. Well played on both sides, but the victory will go to Nagas with Attitudes. Well played, well played. 26k gold lead there as they're able to close out that game. Well done. Fantastic job. Really great play on both sides. You know, there are plenty of times where that game could have gone in either direction. But I think MVP has to go to DIJ on this Viper. Just so much damage coming out from this Viper that that just could not, Baby Shlark just could not deal with it, it felt like. Eventually they were getting there, but they just had a little bit of a tough time in the early game. And also really great plays by the Axe, I feel. Axe had like a couple of good picks that allowed his team to really push their advantage. Well done all around, yeah. So that is the first game. The first win is going to go to Nagas with Attitude. We will be back with you here on in the Learn Dota 2 League for round 2 of week 2 of Baby Shlark against Nagas with Attitude. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Captain Rob. Really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next game.